Do you know your dog might secretly be smarter than you think? In fact, some dogs can understand over 1,000 words, solve puzzles, and even read your emotions better than most people around you. Crazy, right? But here's the twist. Not every dog shows their intelligence the same way. And today, we're breaking down the 7 levels of smart dogs, step by step, so you can find out exactly where your furry best friend lands. Trust me, level 6 will absolutely shock you. And yes, you can even test your dog while you watch this video. Level 1, the basic instinct thinkers. At level 1, we've got what I like to call the survival smarts. These dogs may not know fancy tricks yet, but their brains are wired with natural instincts that have been passed down through generations. Think of it like built-in programming. For example, herding breeds like Border Collies or Australian Shepherds don't need anyone to explain what herding is. They'll start circling and controlling movement the second they see animals running around. Retrievers? They're obsessed with bringing things back because centuries ago, they were bred to help hunters collect game. Even little dachshunds were originally trained to dig after badgers, which explains why your flower beds might look like a construction site. This type of intelligence doesn't rely on human training. It's the dog's natural talent. And if you've ever wondered why your husky howls at sirens, or why your German Shepherd guards the house without being asked, that's instinct at play. So, if your pup seems like they're following mystery rules of behavior, don't worry. It's not weird. It's level 1 smarts shining through. It's their ancestors talking through them. Level 2, the learners of routine. Moving up, level 2 dogs are all about routine learning. These are the dogs that quickly pick up on daily schedules. They know when it's mealtime, when you grab the leash it's time for a walk, or that jingle of car keys means you're leaving. At this stage, your dog may not understand words or complex commands, but they're super observant. They connect patterns fast. If you always open the pantry door before dinner, they'll be waiting at your feet the moment they hear that creak. This type of intelligence is more about memory and association. And if you've ever had your dog run to the door before you even said the word walk, congratulations! Your pup has mastered level 2. Level 3, command followers. By the time your dog reaches level 3, things start getting exciting. This is where your pup learns to understand basic obedience commands and actually follows them. Sit, stay, paw, come, lie down. These are the classics. Now, here's the cool part. Scientists like Dr. Stanley Coren, who studied dog intelligence for decades, discovered that the average dog can understand around 165 words, signals, and gestures. That's way more than most people give them credit for. Smarter breeds like Border Collies, German Shepherds, and Poodles can learn even more, sometimes up to 250 or more. But remember, it's not just about how many commands they know, it's about how quickly they can connect the dots. If you tell your dog to sit and they plop down instantly, that's brainpower in action. They're linking a sound, your word, to an action they've learned gets rewarded. That's classic learning and memory at work. Want a fun way to test your dog at this stage? Try teaching them a brand new command, something they've never heard before, like spin or touch. If they pick it up within a couple of days, congratulations, you've got a level 3 champ. Level 4, problem solvers. Here's where things start getting impressive. Level 4 dogs can solve problems on their own. And no, I don't mean doing your taxes. I mean figuring out puzzles, opening doors, or even outsmarting you. For example, give your dog a treat puzzle toy. If they don't just paw at it randomly, but actually work out how to get the snack, that's problem solving. Some dogs can even learn how to open latches, flip light switches, or nudge things to get what they want. And here's a little test. Try putting a treat under a plastic cup while your dog is watching. Shuffle it around with 2 empty cups, like a shell game. If your dog follows and chooses the right one, congrats, you've got a level 4 thinker. Level 5, emotional geniuses. Now this is where dogs really start to blow our minds. Level 5 is all about emotional intelligence. The ability to read feelings, understand moods, and respond in ways that make us go, how did you know that? Studies have shown that dogs can actually tell the difference between human facial expressions. They know a smile from a frown, and they respond accordingly. That's why your pup might wiggle with excitement when you're laughing, but stay close and quiet when you're upset. But it goes even deeper than that. Dogs at this level can sense changes in your tone of voice, your body language, even your scent. Believe it or not, our bodies release different smells depending on stress levels, and dogs' superpowered noses pick up on it instantly. That's one reason therapy dogs are so effective. They don't just sit there, they feel what you feel. If your dog has ever curled up next to you after a bad day without being called, or nudged your hand when you were crying, you've got an emotional genius in your home. And honestly, this level of intelligence is one of the biggest reasons dogs are called our best friends. They don't just share our homes, they share our hearts. Level 6, the language masters. Alright, here's the level I promised would shock you. Level 6 dogs are the language masters. These are the pups that can understand hundreds of words and actually differentiate between them. The most famous example is a border collie named Chaser, who knew over 1,000 words. She could identify different toys by name and fetch them on command. That's basically the vocabulary of a 2-year-old child. Now, most dogs won't reach Chaser's level, but many smart breeds can learn 200-300 words if you put in the effort. Some can even combine words, like bull and outside, to understand more complex instructions. Here's a fun test you can try. Put a few of your dog's toys on the floor. Say the name of just one, without pointing or hinting. If your dog brings the right one, you've got a language master on your hands. It's incredible to think about. Your dog isn't just following tone or guessing. They're processing language in a way that's eerily close to how humans do it. That's why this level tends to blow people's minds. Level 7, self-awareness and beyond. Finally, we reach level 7, the top tier of dog smarts. This is where we're talking self-awareness. Now, dogs don't pass the classic mirror test like dolphins or elephants do, but recent research suggests they may have a different kind of self-awareness. For example, some studies show that dogs can recognize their own scent as being theirs and different from other dogs. That's a form of self-recognition. Others suggest dogs can think about what we're thinking, something called theory of mind. In simpler words, they know what you know and what you don't know. Like, if you hide a treat without your dog seeing it, they might search randomly. But if they saw you hide it, they'll go straight to it, understanding that you had information they didn't. This kind of intelligence shows us that dogs aren't just responding to commands or emotions. They're actually capable of complex thought. And that, my friends, puts them right up there with some of the smartest animals on Earth. Every dog falls somewhere on this scale. But remember, just because your pup isn't a language genius doesn't mean they're not special. Sometimes the goofy, tail-chasing dogs are the ones that bring us the most joy. The truth is, intelligence in dogs shows up in different ways. Some are book smart, some are street smart, and some are heart smart. And that's what makes them the amazing companions we love so much. Now I want to hear from you. What level do you think your dog is at? Have you ever tested them with puzzles or tried the cup and treat game? Drop your stories in the comments. I love hearing about your dog's little genius moments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with another dog parent who needs to know just how smart their pup really is. Until next time, give your furry friend a big belly rub from me and keep celebrating the amazing bond we share with dogs.